You know what it is? Day day 5, 6, day 6. Um, wow. So first, I want to start off by thanking the Most High for making this far. It has been glorious. Yeah, it's been glorious, honestly. Being on this journey, and I'm really just starting to embrace like just being by myself, and um, being uncomfortable with being by myself. Something I've always kind of been good at, but I feel like it hits a lot more when you're like doing things that are like when you're walking an unconventional path, right? Like this whole semen retention thing, spirituality, all this stuff's very unconventional. So sometimes it doesn't dawn on you that you're really on this path, you're walking this path like on your own until you're like actually literally physically alone for just consecutive periods of time and whatnot. And yeah, so and that's when it hits. And for me, I don't know about you, but like even though being by myself is something I'm accustomed to, that's also where I have to like watch myself, because those are the moments where weakness kind of comes on, sneaks upon me. It's like just we're all vulnerable to like weakness, of course, but it's about like how you respond to that weakness is what counts. And I've had a habit of doing just ignoble things, really just embarrassing things I wouldn't ever do if I was coming from a place of strength. So like last night I was feeling by myself, and I wasn't thinking of masturbating, but like the urge to try to connect with a woman kind of like overcame me, right? So then next thing you know, I'm hopping on the apps looking for like a girl. And it wasn't necessarily for like sex. Like I wasn't feeling like a sexual urge, so to speak, if I can correct myself. It was just like that, just the feeling of being alone, which is a weakness, or not. Feeling alone is not the weakness, but the reaction of feeling alone was a weakness. And so I'm just being more mindful of like what habits I play out when I'm in those moments, because they do lead to relapse. They do lead to just negative habits. So just be mindful of like the things you do when you're alone on this journey, because it's going to say a lot about yourself, where you're at, and like where you need to improve. So yeah, for me, it's just embracing my loneliness even more, and that, not to keep beating a dead horse, but prayer, man, like like you're never alone. Jesus is always with you. God is always with you. The Holy Spirit is always with you. So obviously it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done to, in this moment right now, think, oh, I'm just going to pray when I feel lonely. Oh, I'm just going to go for a walk when I feel lonely. It's so much easier said than done, right? But if you can find it within yourself to do these positive habits when negative or uncomfortable feelings arise, you're just going to be that much better. I just want to say one last thing too. Like I saw a YouTube channel today. Some guy said he relapsed after 7 months. And I thought that was interesting, because one, 7 months is a long fucking time. Two, like I wonder what overcame him when he made it that far. Like, did he reach a certain point where it seemed like there was no more benefits? Because I know people talk about like benefits kind of like going away after a while. I don't believe that necessarily. I feel like maybe your body just tapers out, but the benefits are spiritual at the end of the day, and spiritual benefits can't be, all the science in the world can't measure spiritual benefits of something. All the science in the world cannot measure your connection with God through this practice. All the science in the world cannot measure how light energy is moving through you, electricity is moving through you as you increase your semen retention gains. But I'm not here to judge. I just want to say my 2 cents. I feel like that guy relapsed because he wasn't firm in his intent. For me personally, this is obviously connection with the Most High is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Number two, just to for personal mastery. Like, I just don't like being a slave to anything except this right here, baby. Oh, Mary Jane. No, but to be honest, the main reason is not really moral. I'm not doing this because, like, oh, masturbation is bad and evil. You can probably make a separate argument for that, but I'm doing this for alchemy. You know, this is all about magic. This is all about taking this life force, this creative life force, this primordial life force, and harnessing it for creative purposes internally. Those creative purposes internally are alchemical by nature. I'm quite literally trying to change my physical structure from the inside out. And there's whole schools of thought on this. I follow more of a Taoist approach, but you can quite literally restructure your sinews, your fascia, your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles. You can actually, and even your bone marrow. You can reverse the aging on these structures of your body and live a very, very, very long and robust life, and even look younger in the process too. But the purposes are also martial. Like, I'm doing that because I want to live a long time and be healthy, but I also practice martial arts, and chi power is something, you know, highly sought after in these arts. And the more chi, the more life. The more chi, the more life force energy, just the better you are all around. So the more semen you have and the more you refine that semen, the more life you're gonna have, the more energy you're gonna have, the more chi you're gonna have. So to the guy who relapsed after 7 months, you know, I just hope that he wasn't just holding just to hold. I hope that he was holding with refinement in mind. And that's how we should all be approaching this. It's just holding to hold is stupid. Like, it's like sitting down to meditate. It's like sitting down to meditate and just sitting there. It's stupid. No, like, engage your breath. You know, direct your breath. So I don't know. I still don't know why people relapse. Sometimes it's just I mean, I've relapsed countless times, but I'll tell you one thing. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing hasn't changed. And that's what's going to continue to drive me. And that's not to say I'm never going to have sex. I'm never going to ever ejaculate again. That's not what this is about. It's about refinement and cultivation and alchemy, in which retaining your seed is a big part of. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Day 6, we fucking made it. Back to, better light this motherfucker, do my qigong, hit the gym later, and stay prayed up. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll tap in with you guys tomorrow. One love.